Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Beach Buoys podcast. We are your hostess with the mostest, the kings of cool, the prime ministers of pimpin', and it's in our blood.
Welcome to Season 2, the August edition, where August is going to be a special month for this podcast because we're moving back into school.
We're going to get back into our room. We're going to be coming at you with episodes twice a week. We're going to be on Wednesdays and Sundays. We're going to have the Sunday morning mimosas and the Wednesday midweek review.
And, you know, on this new series, we're going to have some guest speakers. We'll have some friends on.
We'll have some enemies on. Yeah, everyone.
You're on my list.
You know who you are.
To this podcast. So, guys, in the first episode, which, let me reiterate again, if you haven't watched the first episode, come on.
Come on, what are you doing?
You can't just come into Season 2 and think you
think you just start Season 2 and not know who we are? What's my name?
What's mine? I bet you don't know if you haven't watched
We haven't
the podcast.
said it yet. But for all those new viewers, we do hope you stick around and check it out. So, to reiterate, I am Cam.
And I'm Connor. And we come at you with the hottest topics here on the Beach Buoys podcast.
What topics we got to start out with today, Connor?
Alright, well, you know, like I was saying before, the first episode we talked about the SeaWorld epidemic, but we didn't really go into a huge solution. We kind of just talked about it and gave our opinions.
Yeah, we kind of just said how we felt about SeaWorld. We were pretty like sure that we didn't like it.
But I think we have a solution now.
Yeah, I think we got
not
only just
really
for SeaWorld, but kind of a solution to all those like zoo style where animals are put on display.
Yeah.
I think we kind of have a solution that's been put into place in other places.
Yeah.
People do it, but I think it needs to be more widespread, and we need to get rid of the places that aren't, because this is 2018, almost 2019, and we don't live like that anymore. Animals are friends, not attractions.
Not food. So...
Well, I mean, they're food sometimes. We did have a whole segment on the last episode about how we don't want to be vegetarians.
Alright, well...
Certain animals are friends, certain animals are food. You learn the difference. There's a line. We drew it.
So, guys, in the last kind of solution or opinion that we gave, we kind of said we should only be able to kind of see the healing animals that were hurt at one point. But that was a big flaw. We couldn't see the live ones. But after doing a little bit of research and thinking, we were like, wait a minute, there's wildlife safaris out there where you go pretty much into the, you know, wherever, the desert, the wilderness, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, wherever the habitats of these animals, where they are naturally going out and doing their thing.
And you kind of go in this caged truck, and they drive you around, and you can kind of stop, and you can look at the animals. Obviously, don't get too close to the sides, because that would be a big lawsuit.
Yeah.
But...
Tiger Claw comes through the cage and gets you.
You know, Mommy just can't put a Band-Aid on that one and kiss it better.
Yeah, but so aside from the added danger to these safaris, there is a lot of benefits, and I think it kind of outweighs, because you just can't be dumb. Like, at this point, just like, if someone's doing that again, Darwinism, like, they're getting off.
Yeah.
Like, don't go in the cave in rainy season. Come on.
Exactly, you can't. So, we kind of came up with the idea that what if you went into the ocean with, like, a glass tank, or, like, you were in the tank.
Think about it. You've seen Shark Week.
Bottom.
I'm sure all of you have seen Shark Week.
Oh, yeah.
They have those clear cages, even the metal cages.
It's my favorite week.
Just some sort of cage that you can go into and be put in the habitat. If that was a more readily available option, we wouldn't need places like SeaWorld. And, okay, say yes. The ocean's fucking huge. You're not going to be able to find every animal. But at that point, you can say, we're going to have these tanks. We're going to have these big cages. But you can make them very, very big tanks, and you can make them have all the features that, like, so it feels like an ocean to them. So they can swim around. There are tanks like that. They're huge aquariums.
Yeah.
So we could do something like that, and instead of you sitting outside the tank watching them, you get put in the tank in this cage, and you get to see them in their natural habitat doing what they want to do. It's not like,
spend like
there's
an
no
hour
shows.
and a half in this thing, and they get to just go about their regular life.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's
I think
shows.
That's probably the best way to do that for SeaWorld, because, like, these animals, like, they're big animals. Like, those killer whales that do the shows, they need more room than they're getting.
You know what I think the best part about that is? You don't have to travel far because you're going into their habitat. So you could have this thing in Cape Cod, you could have it in Florida, you could have it in Hawaii, you could have it in Alaska.
Yeah, you could really do it anywhere. Anywhere coastal, you could throw it out. And like I said, you could put the tank somewhere where it's not too coastal. You could get it there, but just make sure the animals have their habitats, because you cannot just take away a habitat from an animal like that, because it's not going to survive. It's not going to be healthy.
Speaking of traveling, Cam, where's the farthest place that you traveled?
All right, listen. I just want to talk
time.
about this. You know that game Never Have I Ever?
Yeah.
I lose because of this. I've never been on a goddamn plane. Never left the East Coast. I've never done anything. I've been to Florida a few times, gone to Disney World, but I fucking drove.
He doesn't leave the Cape
Yeah.
Cod much. He doesn't leave the island that
You
much.
know, jumping over that bridge, not really my thing. That's
He's not a big bridge guy.
yeah. I'm
Honestly,
just not a big
scared
fan
to
of the
death
mainland.
bridges. I'm scared to death of bridges. Like
Anyways,
that.
yeah. I haven't traveled very far, clearly. Been to Disney a few times, Disney World, not California, because why would I ever do that one?
Yeah. I'm pretty cultured as far as travel.
Yeah. You pretty cultured? Let's hear it.
I've
What
been
do you
on
got?
a few cruises, around the Caribbean.
Oh, boy.
I've been to Montana.
Why'd you go to Montana?
So my aunt is from this place called like Blue Sky.
That's cool.
It's
That's
an
cool name for a
It's an
place.
Indian reservation. It's in Montana. It's right near
Alright.
Yellowstone. So her and my uncle got married there. That was an adventure and a half.
What happened in that wedding?
We stayed in these log cabins.
Alright.
It was kind of cool though. It was like a big neighborhood of log cabins, and our whole family lives there.
Yeah,
like, a
that's
week.
pretty sick.
And I guess I was really young, and I guess like all the parents kind of like rode horses around, so it was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
there was one thing that will always forever stay in my mind.
What happened?
My family decided one day that we were gonna go on like this little detour in
Oh,
Yellowstone, in these like vans, in our cars too, and go just kind of check it out on our own. So
Oh, boy.
we get to this like little grass area. It's like a hill, and we see buffalo on the other side of this like little river. So my whole family gets out, and we're on the top of the hill, and we go, we could probably go down there and get a little bit closer to these buffalo, like go check them out in person. So we decided to take pictures, and some of us had very nice cameras that had flash. Well, let me tell you firsthand,
Dude.
buffalo don't like fucking flash. And we
No,
got chased
I feel
up
like
this
that's,
fucking hill, and we almost died.
Like, that's pretty obvious. Don't fucking flash at buffaloes.
A herd of buffalo come flying at us it was one of the scariest things. It's like a scene from a scary movie. People are screaming, "Get in the fucking van!"
Children are crying.
Children are crying.
People going crazy. Explosions in the background.
Explosions.
Looked like a
Fucking
movie.
earthquake comes
The
out of
Titanic sank
nowhere.
again.
The
I don't
Titanic
know.
sank in the river. But I didn't think they would go through the river, and that was the whole point. Like, we were like, there's no way that they can run through this river.
All right.
Sure enough, they
I got a
love the
question for
fucking
you.
water.
Moving away from your buffalo story, I
Anytime.
got a question for you.
Brings up bad memories.
So, commuting. Kind of a not
school?
ideal
To school?
to anything. Just commuting in general. Not really the ideal situation.
Yeah, no.
No one really is like, I love commuting. Like, fuck
I love
that.
my commute to work.
Dude, I love driving. Like, no, who the fuck wants to do that?
Unless you have a Jeep.
Yeah, Jeeps are fun. But
Like, no doors.
no doors. Woof. But anyways, off that little tangent about Jeeps, Connor's been thinking about them all day.
Super English dog.
So we're going to wherever you're going. What is too far to commute? Like,
Oh.
how far would you say, it's not good enough, I can't live here, I can't have a job there?
Well,
Or
like,
what would you say is like your
for a
max?
job?
For anything.
Alright, well, that's going to depend on a lot, because it's going to depend on, like, if it's a job, when am I going to get paid?
Yeah.
How nice is my house that I live at now? Okay, let's, like, narrow it down. Let's say you're commuting to school.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start with school.
Alright, so college. I mean, if you don't really have a college area, that sucks. I probably wouldn't commute longer than half hour to school.
Yeah, I think that's pretty close.
Because, like,
I think
if
that's
it gets
pretty good.
over a half an hour, like, that's a lot of time you're
That's a lot of time, but
driving to school.
I don't know. I say my commute thing where I'm like, I'll start questioning it. It's probably around an hour. Because, like,
Yeah.
with school, it's a little different because obviously school's expensive and living there is pretty
Yeah.
expensive. So
Yeah,
if
true.
you're trying to save money on school, yeah, commuting might be a better option.
Mm-hmm.
But other things where it's like, not really spending money either way. Like, so go back to when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I dated this girl who lived on the south shore of Massachusetts. And I live on Cape Cod. I live pretty far into fucking Cape Cod.
I didn't realize platypuses lived way over there.
Dude, East Coast platypus. Anyways, so this girl lived in Cohasset, which is roughly an hour and a half from my house.
That's a golf course near me. Oh, it's Cohasset.
Cohasset, dude, come on, get your fucking letters right. Anyway, so she lived an hour and a half from my house, and My dumbass was convinced that junior year of high school
That's
was
your wife.
the time.
That's your wife.
That's my wife at this point. Junior year of high school was the time for me to go get in my car and whip an hour and a half to Boston. Not even the car. I drove a fucking Toyota Tacoma. It was a fucking truck. It was lifted. Like, it was just a gas guzzler.
Oh, yeah.
And I was driving to fucking Cohasset. The amount of money I spent as a fucking high schooler was ridiculous. Like, looking at it now, I could... Oh, man, I wish I had that money back. Like, whatever. Yeah.
That's the worst thing, when you blow money on a girl and you break up.
Dude, yeah. Like, I had no problem doing it then, but now looking back at it, I'm like, man, I wish
same.
I had that money.
I'm always like, you fucking idiot. Like, that was a lot of money you just blew on absolutely zero. You wasted that.
Yep, it's gone now.
It's gone. You literally burned that money for something stupid.
Hey, it's about the experience, right?
Yeah,
But yeah,
some
like,
experiences I wish I didn't have.
That hour and a half, I always just say, like, yeah, that hour and a half is, like, what I would be willing to drive. Because it's not the worst drive, but it's definitely not the best. Like, so I'd say an ideal commute, like, probably 40 minutes. Like, if you have to be commuting, that's where, like, it's comfortable. I don't mind a 40-minute commute, but I'm not really happy about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's commuting right there. So, Cam, what is, would you say, like, your favorite movie to watch?
My favorite movie? I would have to say... I would have to say Lilo and Stitch is number one.
Really?
For sure. Lilo and Stitch,
Okay, so let's
easily.
do Disney movie. Let's do Disney movie first.
Okay.
The Lion King.
Lion King.
That
Woo!
if that's not your favorite Disney movie,
Great movie. Still Lilo
I
and Stitch
still
above
wake
it.
up to it. I wake up to it every morning.
Oh man, dude, I know.
The
I've
theme
been in the
song-
room with you. We live together.
The theme song for The Lion King is my alarm in the morning.
Circle
If
of
you
life,
don't wake
baby.
up to the Circle of Life and that guy yelling "Na Zubanya," I don't talk to you.
He doesn't trust people that don't do that.
I don't trust you.
He has a very small circle, if you couldn't tell.
Did you not wake up? Did you not grow up in the Sahara or on the fucking Pride Lands? I mean, come on.
Man, Simba. Okay, so what's your favorite movie aside from Lion King? If we're going outside Disney, what would you watch? Ideal. You get to pick any movie you want. What are you watching?
Alright, I have two. And one is Just Go With It with Adam Sandler and Brooklyn Decker.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
And it has Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, that cast is loaded. And no, it's actually really
Stacked.
funny.
Starting lineup is
Brooklyn
crazy.
Decker just came out and said that based on that movie, Adam Sandler is the best kisser that she's ever kissed. Like, at what point does your husband say, like, yo, like, what? And during the interview, she
I
was
would
like,
be livid.
Yeah, you know what? Like, now I kind of want to kiss Adam Sandler. I'd be like, you want to, all right, go do it. Have
That
fun.
would be the
Have
divorce.
fun.
That would be my
Have
ticket to
fun.
money,
Go
dude.
kiss Adam Sandler.
My actor wife was like, I'd rather kiss this dude. That would literally, I'd just be like, paycheck.
Like even if you
Half
if
the
you're an
estate
actor,
going to me.
like, I get it. Like, you have to kiss someone
Yeah,
because you
it's
have
part
to.
of the job.
And it's like, for you, it's acting, so like, it's not like real. But when you start saying who's the best one, that's when I'm like, what? You're
Yeah.
ranking your kisses?
No, thank you.
I don't.
No.
Oh yeah, but my second favorite movie is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I love that movie.
That is a classic.
I love
Great
that
movie.
Zac Efron, Adam Devine, however you say
Beautiful. Just well put together, really thought through movie.
it. Oh, I think it's so
Great
fun.
comedy.
The
Awesome.
comedy is hilarious. If you're like a teen or you're like 20s guy, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is hilarious. It's
Yeah.
like two guys that
just kind of just fuck around all
they just
day.
mess up on everything, and it's so funny how they try to fix all of it. So now that I've said mine, Cam, what's your favorite movie that's not Disney?
You know, you're gonna laugh at me. I really don't think I have one. I think literally all my top movies are Disney. I just love it.
All right, what's your second favorite Disney movie?
I might have to go
It
to
would be Lilo and Stitch because you said that.
Lilo and Stitch would be number one for sure.
And then number two.
Then number two would be tied probably between Moana and Lion King, just because I
I've never
love
seen
Moana.
Moana.
It's really good.
Never seen
The music is great. I like the theme of it. It's the whole island living kind of thing.
Of course you do.
Love to see it. Just love to see
All
it.
right, so your favorite movie, Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
What about a sequel to that movie?
They,
Like, what do you
they
think
have
would
those,
happen?
dude. They have those.
Yeah, that's right, they do.
They have those. That's a real thing.
So this
But
person's
if
got
I got to
awesome-
write the sequel,
Yeah, what would
I got to write the sequel,
what would happen?
I would say So, you know, you've probably seen the movie.
Yeah,
I hope you've seen the movie.
We watched it together.
Spoiler alert, if you don't know by now, fuck you. Lilo and Stitch
Watch Lilo and
ends
Stitch.
with whoever the alien in charge coming to the Earth and telling Lilo and Nani that Stitch is now being exiled to planet Earth. And he can never leave because she saw that Stitch and Lilo love each other so much, and she leaves all the other people with them, and that becomes the main cast for the TV show and the next movies. But if I got to pick how the next movie would pick up in number 2, I would say I would like the Queen alien to come down and come back to Earth and just tell Lilo and Stitch that there's something wrong in space, and Stitch is just the greatest life form ever, because that was what he was made to be. Yeah. And the scientist is smart, so they're bringing him. And Lilo was like, I'm going with Stitch. And so all of our funny cast of characters, our little crew, gets taken to space and becomes a space force.
The new United States Space Force, Lilo and Stitch.
Would love to see that. But that would be my ideal sequel. But it didn't happen. Yeah. Not upset.
You didn't
just
like
fine.
it.
They just fought the aliens on Earth. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I love the concept of a space force. I love it. I think it's awesome. Yeah. I really, really enjoy it. Because how sick is that, dude? Like
you can walk in and be like to the Pentagon. Oh, it's gonna have to be what's a 6?
What?
What's 6-sided figure?
Oh yeah, there's gonna
hexagon.
Hexagon, yeah.
You have to walk into the hexagon.
And you gotta rebuild the building.
Space Force. You're gonna rebuild the whole Pentagon because you're adding
God.
another branch to the military.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool. We're going to get a new building. We're going to have the hexagon now. But yeah, I think having a space force is kind of a cool idea. Because imagine this. Like, say we're 20 years from now. No, we need more than 20 years. We're like 30 years from now. We have kids. They're adults.
30 years from now, dude, we're going to...
No, but I mean, the kids are going to be adults.
Our age.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because the kids are going to be able to go into the military.
Oh, yeah.
And your son comes home one day... He's really determined to tell you and your wife something, and he just comes up to you and says, Dad, Mom, I'm going into the military. And your wife starts crying. You're like, oh my God, I'm proud of you, but what are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you going to get? What branch? Have you thought it through?
Where are you going?
Like, have you thought it through? Let's make sure this is what you're going to do. And he goes, yep. I'm going to be an astronaut in the military. I'm going to be fucking Space Force.
I'm going to space, Mom. That's
sick. Like, I wouldn't even be mad at him at that point. I'm like, dude, that's epic. I don't know what you're fighting, but that's epic.
But then, like, where would you be stationed? Like, the fucking moon?
Like, what are you, stationed on Asteroid 6? Like
Mars. I'm going to Mars, Mom.
Going to Mars, baby.
They could make a movie on that. That's going to be the next movie.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be Space Force military movies.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty cool.
But yeah, I think having a Space Force would be kind of cool.
I mean, it's how we won the Cold War.
Yeah.
We lied and said we had... Star Wars. That's what it was called. That's where they get the movie name from. But with the Soviet Union in the Cold War, I did a research project on this, actually.
Oh, wow. You're so cool.
We said that we had a lot more than we did, and we had spent more money than we actually did, and it caused the Soviet Union to go bankrupt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Go Team USA.
Go Team USA.
3
America.
points for the good guys.
Love to see that. Bad guys lose.
Bad guys always lose.
But, hey, let's throw a quick shout-out on the... whole Cold War thing. Who won that for the Americans? Who was the winner?
That was our idol, JFK.
You know, just Johnny Politics himself coming through and taking the quick dub for America. Love to see that.
And that's why we actually model him for every Pup Cup.
Yeah, that's what we do. We just kind of base our lives around being somewhat like Kennedy's. You know?
We're awesome. Great, and we can talk to people. But we also know how to have fun.
You know, yeah.
We have 2 sides.
2 sides, just like a coin. That's why Kennedy's on a coin.
Heads and tails. He's not on a coin.
Yeah, he is. He's on the $50. Fun fact about the $50. The Kennedy $50, first minted in 1964, is a 50-cent currency issued by the United States Mint. Intended as a memorial to the assassinated President John F. Kennedy, it was authorized by Congress just over a month after his death.
Alright, well, I got a fun fact.
Let's hear it.
Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons.
Dude, what? So. Imagine that. Imagine not having a belly button. No, imagine if humans came out of eggs. Dude, did you realize how fucking weird hospitals would be?
Hey, when did you hatch?
There'd be a fucking hatchery in the hospital.
Like, you wouldn't have a birth date because you weren't birthed.
You'd have a hatch date. That would be fucking weird. Imagine that you go into the hospital like, oh, let me go check out the maternity ward.
Let me go check out the eggs.
A bunch of fucking ladies just fucking popping like eggs out. Like
they're sitting on their egg.
Just chilling, like fucking what?
You'd have so many siblings. Because you don't just lay one egg.
You just be.
You lay like 6 at a time. That would really mess up America.
That would fuck up America. Well, I mean, like, birds don't really. Not all of them survive.
Know what else would fuck up America?
Dude, what?
If the Patriots really just hit a downfall.
Dude, I'm praying that we can just find someone to replace Tom Brady before that happens.
If Tom Brady doesn't play for the Patriots, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Listen. The Patriots are amazing.
I need my kids to see Tom Brady play. So Tom,
you got
you're gonna
20
have to play
years
until you're about 90.
But let's be real. Tom Brady is the backbone of the Patriots. We have the greatest receivers.
Honestly,
we have the best team. But it doesn't matter how good your team is. Think about this. If you're on a sailboat and you have the world's best crew but no fucking captain, who the hell is leading the boat? Who's driving?
Okay, can I just...
You can't.
I went to the preseason game the other day against the Redskins, which we won.
Naturally.
Tom Brady didn't play. But here's the thing. Julian Edelman, Dorsett, Chris Hogan, they all played. The real receivers besides Nick Decker, shout out, one of the most handsome guys on New England.
Let's talk about
We're
that.
back
Brady,
into the most
Decker,
handsome team.
and Edelman. Are you kidding me? I am proud to be New England.
I am too. Back to football. That's just another reason why we're so great.
We just look good while we do it. We win and we look good.
But we had our backup quarterback, Brian Hoyer.
Hoya.
Hoya.
He
He had no Hoyas.
Oh, man.
They had one first down the whole first half besides the last drive. With these starting wide receivers on the field.
Dude, exactly what I'm saying. If no one's driving the ship, it doesn't matter how well you put the sails up. It's going into the fucking jetty.
That fucking ship sank like the Titanic. That didn't even go into the jetty.
R.I.P. Rose, R.I.P. Jack. Wait, Rose didn't die. But I mean, I guess she did die at the end, but she lived after the Titanic. But R.I.P. Jack, you could have been on that board with Rose, but she was a bitch. Just another thing to prove that girls just want guys to die.
Girls just take everything from you. Everything.
Like, they'll take your life. Just so they can have a story about how they loved you and that you sacrificed yourself for them.
You know how much fucking money Rose made off that goddamn movie?
Oh, man, dude.
That's why she fucking killed him on purpose.
Whatever. All right.
Rose,
dude, but you fucking threw the necklace in the water. I'm still mad because I do not care how much closure you want. That thing is priceless.
You know how much money that's worth?
I don't care. Your entire family's set forever.
Start fucking throwing shit in the ocean.
Your kids... or your grandkids brought you to the ocean to try to find this thing and to look at the Titanic, and you had it the whole time, didn't tell them, and you threw it off the fucking boat?
I'm gonna start throwing fucking millions of dollars into the ocean. See how that fucking goes.
Alright, whatever. But, talking about movies again, if your life was turned into a movie, who would you want playing you? Okay.
I've been told that I look a lot like Drake Bell or Jesse McCartney, but I don't want either of them to play me. I don't know. I mean, Drake Bell, nah. When he was younger, maybe. Not now.
Yeah, Drake Bell kind of gone downhill.
He went downhill. So did Justin McCartney. He's kind of...
Dude,
he looks kind of creepy.
He's mad creepy.
I think if I could have anyone, it would be Zac Efron.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to say that.
Yeah. I love Zac Efron. He's so cool.
Zac Efron...
he's the man.
Yeah, pretty much the man.
Yeah. Who would you want to play you?
I don't really know. Probably, like... I don't know. I would maybe Mark Wahlberg, like a younger Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Maybe a younger Wahlberg, or Chris Evans.
I don't know who that is.
Captain America.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Bruh.
I've never seen any superhero movie like that. Captain America, nothing. Star Wars. I haven't even seen Star Wars.
Neither have I. I don't want to watch
Harry
Star Wars.
Potter.
Neither have I. I have literally no desire to watch Harry Potter or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Like, none of those things. I don't care. Like, I really don't. I get it's probably really good. Like, there's a reason everyone likes it, but I just cannot get into it for the life of me.
Know what type of food I don't like? Soup. Can we just talk about
soup, dude.
How some people... okay, this is kind of interesting. People like colder food during the summer and warmer food during the winter. And some people are opposite.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
duh.
During the...
if it's fucking hot out, you're going to want cold food.
Okay, but think about the people that want clam chowder during the summer. Or soup during the summer. Because there are people like that.
Yeah, because it's good. It's food.
It's
hot.
What,
are you going to eat cold chowder? That's fucking nasty, dude.
It's hot.
What's wrong with you?
Speaking of hot, the Red Sox.
Dude, on fucking fire. Those people aren't even hot. They're scorching.
19 runs last night.
That was ridiculous.
they
They were
came back.
down. They were down like what, 8-3 or something,
They were
and then
down
all of a
like
sudden
5.
we walk
Yeah.
away and it was fucking 19-10, and then it just started. Oh, they're just dominant, dude.
It's interesting.
They played today too, didn't they?
Yeah, they won earlier today. They're playing right now. It's
Oh,
2-2
really?
the bottom of the 5th.
Love to see that.
Yeah, we don't. The people who pitched in this game, I've never even.
Who was it? Let's hear.
Velasquez was a starter.
Oh, I've heard his name before.
Yeah, I've heard his name too. He wasn't scheduled, but Pomeranz is in right now. But we just got the hottest fucking player in baseball, JD Martinez.
JD Martinez, and then we got number 2, Mookie Betts, dude. We're just chilling with
Mookie
literally
Betts.
the squad. We got Raffy Devers just coming through with the big dig dongs, coming through, getting those home runs. We're just hitting everything. JD Martinez, I literally don't think he cannot score. I don't think he was.
He's ridiculous.
Like, I was watching a game. Actually, this isn't about JD. This is about Mook. But it's the same kind of concept. It was the end of the game. They were down by like a run or two. And there were a couple guys on base. And Mookie came up and I said, the announcer said, Mookie Betts 0 for 4 tonight. And I looked at Chase, my friend sitting next to me. And I said to him, I said, you know what? Mookie Betts is not going to take this sitting down. He's not going to get up to bat in the 9th inning with a losing team, and he's not going to just sit there. He's not going to not get any points. He's not going to go 0 for fucking 4. So you know what he does? Ding dong, goodbye. 1 for 5, puts it in, and wins the game for us. Mookie Betts is the king of baseball and forever will be.
Mookie always has the greatest cleats.
Dude, his cleats, custom Jordan cleats. Are you kidding me?
Sponsored by Jordan.
So, everybody, our friends Tyler and Benny showed up. Come on over here, guys. Let's hear about your boats.
Tyler is a captain.
Boats and hoes.
Where's your hoe?
Where's the hose?
Boats.
I've seen your boats, but where are the hose?
Boats and...
Just boats.
and
He just has
and
boats.
boats and boats and boats.
and boats.
Well, I have something that might be able to change you, Tyler. You know, Cinderella is proof that a new pair of shoes can change your life for the better. When's the last time you got some new pair of shoes?
I rock my boots every day.
That's probably what's wrong. You're wearing boots.
Throw on a nice pair of fucking Birkenstocks. Walk up to a bitch and say, "Hey, check out my stocks." And she's just gonna take her pants off at that point, dude. I don't think she has another option.
If I saw a girl with Birkenstocks, I'm like,
Okay, but let's talk about this.
Whoa.
With a guy, a dude can get ready in like 20 seconds. I'll get out of bed, I'll throw like a pair of shorts on, a t-shirt, and I'm walking out the door. I feel like girls take like 8 hours just
and
to
then I'll be like to the girl, I literally just got out of bed, and she'll be like, you don't look like it at all. And I'll be like,
and I'm like,
well,
what up?
do you want me to fucking videotape it next time?
You want me to throw the GoPro on?
I'm gonna
Take
throw
a-
the GoPro on and show you how I get out of
It's
bed.
ridiculous. I'm like, what are you
But,
doing?
like, okay,
What
but
is
that's-
taking you this long?
But that's the same as like a guy saying, I'll be over soon.
Dude,
It's
literally.
never soon.
It's never soon. I will tell people I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll tell people I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm not there for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fucking truth.
We have proof.
Proof. Said
No,
it from
I'm
the source.
Same way. Like the time I tell you that I'll be there, I'm starting to get ready. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. That's kind of where it is.
Yeah, it's
That's how we live.
But it's really hard to just like give a person a time, like a half hour or an hour ahead of time, because like you don't know.
Dude, I am
You might see a
literally
dog.
the biggest procrastinator. I will be sitting in my room, my dog will come in, and boom, that's an extra 45 just because I got to play with him.
Or you might be watching a movie and you like the movie. All of a sudden,
All of a sudden, you're sitting there, there's a movie on TV, and you find out, oh, wait, I'm actually kind of into this. And you're like, shit, now I can't
Zac
leave.
Efron's playing you in the movie, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I gotta watch it.
Nah, I'm a big, I'm always guilty of this. I sit there, and I'll be like, all right, I gotta be there in 20 minutes. And I'm watching TV, and my episode is like 30 minutes long. I'm gonna try to fit that 30-minute episode in the 20 minutes.
Somehow.
Somehow I'm gonna make it work.
I'm
gonna
skip some
watch the whole
parts.
thing.
I'm gonna...
I'm gonna see the ending. I'm gonna see what is up with that.
Oh yeah, that's like when you start a TV show, you can't just stop.
Dude, you cannot
If
walk
you-
away
if
halfway
you
through.
stop
If you
halfway
walk
through
away
a
halfway
TV
through,
show-
it's just ridiculous.
Like, what's the point of even watching the TV show?
Why did you turn on the TV?
Why did you even buy a TV?
Why are you here? Who invited you? That's
Like,
all I want to know.
Oh, let's just see. Oh, this guy's going into that building. Oh, perfect time to pause.
Perfect time to walk away.
Perfect time to not know what happens for another 4 days.
Fuck that.
It just doesn't make sense.
It grinds my gears.
Okay, how come also... No, it really grinds my gears? When people say, "Oh, my baby is 18 months."
Bitch, it is not
It's
18 months.
and a half,
A year and a half. Huh?
motherfucker.
Just say it normally.
Don't make me start doing your math. 18 months. That is not like
Why are you even measuring that for that long? At what point are you just like, I don't want to say months anymore?
like 36
wha-
months.
Like, at what point can you just say he's 1.5? Like,
36 months.
Yeah, that would make so much more sense. Like,
Imagine if the baby ever came up to you when he can talk. At the,
oh my
whatever
god.
age that
Hey,
is.
how old are you, buddy?
48 months. Why? It was my birthday yesterday. You didn't get me anything, bitch. Imagine.
Kid looks at you and said, what up, bitch?
I'm fucking 48 months, motherfucker.
Dude, a fucking 4-year-old walks up to you and is like, hey, Mr. Donahue, how you doing? And you look at her like, hey, Mr. Tom, and he goes, hey, bitch. Like I would not expect it.
He's like a 6'4", 50,
Like you're like
200-pound
all right,
5-year-old.
think about this. Those kids that are like way
That poor
too big,
fucking
that are
uterus.
just way too big. The Little League World Series was on today. There was a kid that was 6'1". He was like 13. Dude, are you kidding me? Like, no, that's not a child, that's a man. If someone's like, oh, my kid's coming with me, I'm like, all right, cool, well, he can go do whatever he wants. We can hang out and while the kid can do that. And this kid shows up. Adult me is gonna see this 6'1" man walk into my house. I'm gonna pop him in the teeth because that's an intruder. That's
a man
That's
coming
danger.
into my house.
You did not tell me a dude was coming.
If
You
he
said
had
a
facial
child
hair,
was coming.
I thought he was gonna be 50. I honestly thought he was 50 if he had facial hair.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna offer him a beer. Like I don't know. Like
On a cold one?
fuck, dude.
He's 12. He doesn't even have a birth certificate. He says that, like in
The
the,
movie.
he says the picture.
I am 12.
He's like a 50-year-old guy.
Love to see that.
Oh god. But know what else is kind of funny about like moms and stuff like that?
What's funny about moms?
Who's the
You
boss?
talking shit about moms?
No,
You better not.
I'm
Be.
not. I'm,
Alright, continue.
I'm just talking. Who is? Okay, so when your mom's not home, the boss is your dad.
Yeah.
But when your mom gets home,
Who does your dad maintain for? Like, is there like an overlap period?
are they both trying to be the boss and they get into a little
As
scuffle
a
and then your
father,
dad
I
goes
just
away
know
and
for a
it's like,
fact that like if I'm home in charge of my kids, I know I'm not gonna like my kids. I know they're gonna be annoying, and I'm just gonna want to be like, get away from me. So I'm gonna be chilling with the kids. My wife's gonna be home, and I'm like, all right, go with mommy. Like I'm going into another room. I'm locking the door. You're not talking to me the rest
So
of
you're
the
gonna
day.
be a great dad.
Dude, I'm gonna be a sick dad. I'm just gonna watch cartoons with my kids. That's pretty much how it's gonna go.
But like,
I'm gonna be the fun parent,
Mommy whips daddy into shape when she comes home.
bruh.
Mommy tells daddy what's up.
Yeah, no, I am just gonna. When I'm a father, I'm literally just gonna do nothing.
Like she tells him what's for dinner.
I'm just gonna be a trophy husband. That's what I've decided.
Yeah.
That's my life goal. I'd be absolutely fine with that. I wouldn't even care. Like, fuck it. Someone's like, oh, your wife's doing the work. I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting at home all day. What are you doing? You still waking up at 6 a.m. to go be an accountant, Jim? Like, fuck you. I'm waking up at 10 and making some eggs, dude.
Yeah,
I'm feeding some children. It's fine. I don't really care. Like, they'll play games with themselves. They'll figure it out. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah. So speaking of mom, dad, before you have a wife, you gotta meet her.
Yeah, you can see that's how it usually works. That's like human interaction works.
I mean, unless it's a arranged marriage.
Oof. That
Those
sucks.
creep me out sometimes, but
Whatever.
But
Continue.
anyways, so like you're on these dates with them, and you know, like once you really get into it, it's pretty easy. It's fun. Like you can just be each other. But the first date, there's always some stuff said that's not true.
Yeah, you gotta kind of put a little
You gotta
image
make
out.
yourself sound pretty cool, and then you can later on when you're dating after like you know. A
You
nice,
gotta let them in on
a
what's
nice
really
8
going
months, You can really tell them what you like,
on. Yeah. No.
because at that point they're not just gonna be like, yeah, I'm done with you.
So what's one you've told? Let's hear it.
The worst first date lie I've told. Mine has to be, I told a girl that I was from Georgia. I am not from Georgia.
Dude, he's from like
I'm from Spencer, Mass.
Spencer. What the
That's
fuck
not
is a
even-
Spencer?
That's not even close to Georgia.
It's not even like a.
It's not even remotely close.
It's not even similar. Like you can't
You
even
might
like
have to
act
take a
like you were
connecting
kind of
flight
like it.
to get to Georgia.
Jesus.
I don't even think we have the, like.
I don't think there's a direct flight. If you ask me.
But I was like, oh yeah, I like peaches a lot, and then I was like, for some reason I said that, and I was like, actually, we have a lot of peaches where I'm from, Georgia. Have you heard of it? Like,
Oh yeah, he just started going off.
I was talking about Georgia, and I actually looked up a place that I could be from, and it actually worked.
No, dude, I remember I was with him when he looked up the place. It took him 20 minutes to figure out that Atlanta was in Georgia. He was literally like.
I said I was from Savannah.
No, but you were trying to figure out the capital. You're like, I'm from the capital, and you're like,
I said that? Oh.
Yeah, dude. You're like, that's the capital, right? I'm like, no, dude.
Well, I'm actually from Savannah.
Dude,
So,
whatever.
like, if you're a girl that I try to say that to, and you're this far into the podcast, honestly, that's your fault. If you only listen
You
to
found
some
out.
part of it, you gotta be a part of your own rescue, chick. Because you gotta listen to this whole podcast to really get it.
Jesus. No, you know what? I'd
After
say
this
my lie
podcast,
is...
I'll never have a girlfriend, but
Whatever.
I'll have a few dogs.
My lie probably is she opens my car door, gets in the car, and say, sorry, my car's never this messy. Because, like, I know that's a lie. It's always this messy. It's never clean. I'm not a cleanly person. I'm a mess, but it's an organized mess. And I'm just not going to let you know that right away.
You actually just had it detailed by a company.
Like, this is as good as they can get it. It's like, I'm just not a good person like this.
There's always so many lies you have, too. Like, you just overstretch the truth.
Dude, I just make myself sound cool because in all actuality, I'm just a loser that does nothing all day. I literally, my best talent is running in ovals, dude. Like, I turn left sometimes. That's kind of my cool thing.
That's bad.
Exactly. So I
You
gotta
have
at least
more
make myself
talent than
sound
just that.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been rambling on for a little while now. Season 2 is starting. Be ready, be aware. Let's get into it. We're going to sign off right now. Remember, we are your host with the most. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected.
And, just stay warm out there. It's summer, so
Yeah, I mean, don't get too cold.
enjoy summer.
Hasta luego.
Bye-bye.